Hi Cancer, welcome. So Cancer, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to be doing the spiritual messages first, and then I'm going to go into the you versus them love reading. I'm time stamping this May, and yes, I know it's the end of May. I always get somebody who comments like, why are you putting out a future reading in May? Because first of all, there is no future, and I hate to break it to you, but all those future readers are reading the energy today, because there only is ever now. You're only ever in the now, which means whenever you watch this, in the now moment, that's when you're meant to hear it. So I'm time stamping it May because that's when I'm recording it. But truthfully, all the readings, not just mine, all of them, all the content you view is timeless. It just finds you when you're ready for it. It resonates with you when you're ready for it. So I just want to clarify that because on my last video, actually like the last 2 or 3 rounds, I think it's the same person has constantly said like, why are you putting May readings out at the end of May? May is just the timestamp of when I'm recording it. This reading is timeless. So anyways, enough for my little rant to begin our reading. I actually feel really good in the energy, Cancer. I'm so glad you joined me today. Thank you for letting me clarify that. We're going to go straight into it and see what we got here. You got the card of Sagittarius. This is very enthusiastic, philosophical, independent, happy-go-lucky, adventurous, honest energy, honest and blunt, which I think is funny because I didn't mean to open up the reading that way, and I'm almost wondering, like, should I take that out? But hey, you know what? Guys, you're only ever living in the now moment, and the now moment is all you've ever had. It's all you'll ever have. So I just being honest with you. But maybe you can relate, Cancer. Maybe you've caught yourself just being downright honest, downright blunt, you know, putting it out there. This is a very honest and blunt energy. Okay, some of you have Sagittarius in your chart or possibly dealing with a Sagittarius. But it could also just be the influencing vibes. But I love this vibe. To me, this is like calling the shots. I know who I am. Very independent energy. So awesome. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see what else we have here for my Sagittarius. All right. So you have the card of ordinariness, projections, I'm slowing down. So this is interesting to me because I feel like this is like kind of finding joy in the mundane and the everyday in your day-to-day life. So I feel like there is pleasure, you know, in the predictability of life. And sometimes people get so used to predictability, it starts to feel like boredom to them, maybe even borderlines like complacency or sadness. But if you think about it, to have a stable, aka boring life is a blessing. That means that you're creating stability around you. And isn't that better than having like a knee-jerk reaction life where every day is chaos? You never know where you're gonna end up or where you're gonna sleep at night, etc., etc. Of course, stability is nice. And they want you to show appreciation for that, Cancer, as opposed to allowing yourself, right, to get bored in the moment, to instead feel blessed that you have continuity in your life so that things can be stable and predictable for you. There is the card of projections here, so be careful, if I can talk, be careful here, Cancer. Sometimes this can talk about projecting your own issues onto other people, or your own beliefs or your own feelings, which is really easy to do. Like, we do live all of our life in our head, in our minds. And so the mind can be a very tricky thing. Sometimes it can be hard to discern, you know, facts from what our brain wants us to believe are facts, especially when it comes to like other people and how other people are feeling. So we all have intuition, right? So we can all feel and read energy to some degree, but none of us, at least nobody that I know, have 100% clarity the way your inner being does, you know, 100% correct about what the other person is thinking or feeling. Because there is this gap where you can misinterpret through your own bias, through your own lens, through what you've got going on. And so most people get a mixture of, yes, picking up on other people's energy, but also inserting their own assumption into it, inserting their own bias into it. And that's where it becomes a little bit cloudy. And that's when we begin to project things that maybe really aren't true or aren't what that person is thinking at all, or etc., etc. So it's that very thin line, right, between intuition and delusion. And this is coming up as, I guess, something to be aware of, Cancer. Also, somebody could be doing this to you, projecting their own thoughts, feelings, whatever onto you. And just, you know, I guess just be aware of that. I don't know why that's coming up, but I'm sure we'll see more about that. And then you have the card of slowing down, which again is about the stable, kind of ho-hum, step-by-step, day-by-day energy. And for some reason, I feel like you guys want to buck that a little bit. Maybe you do want to let out your inner rebel. Because now that I think about it, the first card out was talking about like risk-taking and going out there and trying new things. And then here I'm telling you, there is a blessing in stability and the known as well. So I guess, again, it's about balance, finding that balance there, you know, allowing yourself to have new things, but not completely uprooting yourself before you're ready, or completely rocking the boat when you can't swim. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So let's see what else we have coming through for you, Cancer. Let's see what else we have coming through for you. Three of Wands. Temperance. Sorry, I'll see what that card was that fell out. The Seven of Cups. I knew this card was going to come out. This has to deal with the card of projecting. So, yeah, we'll get to that. So, Cancer, Three of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. To me, this is about your future and kind of laying the foundation for where you're headed and where you're going, and investing your time, energy, and money wisely. Some of you may be actually investing into your future, whether that be through what you're doing for a living or through your money. Could be actual investments, but take it as it's resonating. This is where they're wanting you to give some focus to. It's like a mixture of being present in the moment, in the now, which, as I said earlier, is really the only time you're ever living in. And while also future casting with your mind about where you want to go, where you want to head with your life, and then kind of making plans, making arrangements for that, getting yourself positionally ready, energetically ready for that. There is something confusing going on, I think, in relationships or with a relationship. There could be back and forth there, or like I said, like this projecting type of energy going on. So I guess when it comes to like your emotions and a specific relationship or person, not all is known yet. Not all is seen. Be careful with your assumptions, Cancer, as there is more to the story than what you know. So let's go a little bit further and see what else. The King of Wands, Six of Wands, the Sun, and the Ten of Wands. So this is very confident, very assured, very successful energy, very optimistic. I love this. And then the Ten of Wands here is what could mean two things. Some of you are working really hard and work is going to pay off. Your hard work is going to pay off. Things are looking good for you, or I heard shaping up for you. There might be some successes on the way, or that you're working towards in this moment that are going to pay off. This could also represent, though, a struggle or a heavy burden. But I honestly, again, want to go back to this projecting energy and this relationship here, because I feel like that's where that part is coming from. It's almost like otherwise life is kind of ho-hum, stable, but going well for you. I feel like there is movement forward here when it comes to more of that 10th house energy, which is like your career, where you're wanting to head in life, your own personal goals. And then when it comes to relationships, or a specific relationship, that's where I feel the slowdown comes in the energy, the heaviness comes, the confusion, the projecting, all of this, right? And it somewhat makes it hard, right, for you to balance or stay in tune, because I feel like you're juggling many different things right now. But I also feel that this is where that tug to be the voyager is coming from, that tug to kind of seek out new adventures or take some sort of risk here. And it's almost coming off like a little bit of a rebellious vibe. And certainly you could be connecting with somebody also, by the way, who has that nature. So take it as it resonates. But you can see how I'm slowly dividing, or maybe you can't, slowly dividing out the cards. As I can tell, this is two different things going on. And with the Five of Swords here in the middle, I'm going to keep that in the middle and see what else we have going on here. Oh my goodness. Wow. You have the 5 and another 5 and the 6 of Swords. So, yeah, there's some strife here. Okay. There is like, maybe you guys don't even see what is on the horizon for you. You could be projecting into your future in a more negative way than a positive way. Meaning, when you think about like what's up ahead for you, Cancer, you could be thinking about maybe the trouble or the hard work that's ahead of you, or the strife or something like of that nature, as opposed to seeing like the optimism, the hope, the faith, how things can move in your favor, and Spirit always wanting you to lean more towards that positive energy so that you can manifest that for yourself. But a lot of people do project into the future, right, through a negative or worrisome lens, because they're basing it on what the past has brought them, which the past only keeps recreating itself because you keep repurposing it and referencing it in your mind, which continually brings it forward, continually brings it forward. And then when you use that to compare and to look into your future, you've now projected that likelihood that you're going to have that experience, have that reoccurrence in the future. So it's all about mindset. It's all about where your mind is going and how it feels when it goes there. It's about being present in the moment and seeing the blessing in the current reality, in the current stability that you have, while also allowing yourself to imagine best possible outcomes. And most people don't do that. They just don't, because society just thrives off of fear and worry and just really scaring the crap out of people. I mean, I don't know if you've turned your phone on lately, but there's not a whole lot of positive anything in social media land, or even to choose from to watch on the TV. Like, I'll tell you guys, the other day I went to find something to watch on Netflix. I couldn't find anything that was positive, so I ended up going with something that was neutral at best, and it was like a DIY show, you know, like on homes and stuff. But like, I could not find not one positive documentary show, nothing. All of it was about murder, war, chaos, these crazy celebrities doing crazy things. Like, it's just so hard to stay positive in a culture that thrives on negativity, it seems. But the thing is, that is what you're being called to do. that is what you're being called to do, because there is so much wellness in this world that has no light on it, that nobody is looking at. The sun comes up every day. Our environment takes care of itself. Most of you have pleasant experiences with your family, your neighbors, your coworkers, but they don't publish that. They don't publish that because that doesn't get views. But the truth is, the well-being of the planet is much more than that of which is not well-being. And I don't know why I'm going into that rant either, but they're wanting you to remember that, as well as to stay in the present moment. And, you know, whatever this relationship stuff is over here, it may feel like a no-win, but it's because of the way you're projecting or thinking about this. Stop thinking you know what the other person thinks or feels or whatever. And don't base it off of what you feel either. Because sometimes it's like, well, if I feel this way, they must feel this way. Not always. Not always. You know? That's why they say don't assume. Don't assume, right? So if you have an opportunity to clear the air or have an actual conversation where you could get to the heart of a matter, that would be suggested. If you can't, then they're saying leave it alone for now and get focused on the things that are going well for you, and then your intuition will tell you what the next right step is or what is actually going on over here. You will get a download. You will get the clarity. You will get the dream, right? The deja vu, whatever it is. The Spirit has lots of ways to bring the truth to you, but you can't get the truth when you're focused on the question. You understand? Like, you cannot get the answer when you're focused on the question. It's two different vibrational points. So, 10 of Cups. I feel there's a happy outcome here, right? I feel like you're headed towards a solution. And the more you allow yourself to be present and to focus on your achievements, and I feel a lot of achievements here to focus on, the faster this will clear up. So, I feel like this reading was all over the place, and I apologize if it was. But I just say whatever I feel when I come to this table. I always do a meditation and a prayer, and I say whatever comes out of my mouth, let it be truthful and let it be resonant. So if it resonated with you, it's for you. If it didn't, hang tight. We're going to go to the love reading here, and that might resonate with you. Okay, you have the card number 15. I have complete control over my own thoughts. You can find yourself in an endless loop where you explain that you feel negative because of the negative behavior of someone else. But if instead you take control of your own emotions and you think improved thought just simply because it feels better to do so, you can turn it around. You have no real control of what anyone else is doing with their vibration or with their actions for that matter. But you have complete control over your own thoughts, your own vibration, your own emotions, and therefore your own point of attraction. Ooh, perfect for this reading. Nice. So now we're going to go to the love reading. Stay right there. I will see you in just a second. And welcome back. All right, Cancer. So now we're going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Woo. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so the roles may be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Likely going to be about an intimate partner or an ex, but could also be about a family member, a friend, a coworker, you name it. Keep an open mind. And let's get into it. So you have the card of the Creator. This person had a card pop out, but then it went back in, and then this came out, which is the card of exhaustion. So this is, to me, like the Magician. Just totally fell like where I can't even reach it, but you saw it for a second, didn't you? You have the card of the Creator, which is similar to the card of the Magician. So that energy to me is saying like you have all of what you need, all of what is necessary to make your manifestation come true. This person has the card of exhaustion, which is to me kind of on the opposite side of that spectrum that I felt for you. This is kind of like them being in a place where They are maybe struggling with something or having mental or physical exhaustion and not maybe in that place of empowerment the way I felt for you, Cancer. So let's see. We're going to look at the most recent past and what led up to the now. Then we're going to look at how you both feel, how you perceive each other, and most likely outcome. So you have King of Pentacles, the Hangman, Nine of Cups, and the Two of Cups. So I feel like a lot of you have gotten a different perspective in the recent past. And I feel like there's been a lot of satisfaction, a lot of good feeling emotion around this connection or around a connection. So it's almost like getting your feet back on the ground, recommitting yourself or staying committed to feeling good, really, to loving, to being a lover, to finding the good in the situation. And some of you have just been in a place of maybe absolute satisfaction, you know, with this connection. It's funny because I felt a struggle when it came to emotional dealings and a relationship in particular in the spiritual reading. And then here I feel satisfaction. So this might be referencing a different connection, and or this is the past. That could have been how it was in the past. We shall see. Let's see. Let's go into this one. Recent past for this person. Sorry, I want to get one to shuffle in here. I just feel like it. Recent past energy for the person Cancer is connecting with. Knight of Wands. Five of Swords. Queen of Swords. Three of Wands and the Seven of Cups. So I feel like Cancer, this person has had a lot on their mind and has had to make some maybe difficult choices in the past. It's interesting to me because it's like they know or they knew that they had to take some sort of action, but just everything seems so hard to figure out. And yeah, I feel like this person being called forward to make a decision, and then yet again not very sure if they're making the right decision or which decision was right for them. So I feel a lot of discord. I feel a lot of back and forth in this person's energy. And a bit of like this contemplative or overthinking vibration. So let's go into the now energy and see what that is about. The now, how do you see, how do you perceive this person in the current energy, Cancer? Three of Swords. Okay, Page of Cups. This person could have hurt you. Or be hurting. They could be the one hurting. Yeah. The Page of Swords here. So you have two pages. Now, the pages to me are not my favorite because they can be, well, for some of you, this is adolescent energy. So you may be just dealing with children and there could have been some hurt around children or childhood or something of that nature. Because I heard the term adolescent. But for others of you, this could be just a very immature person or somebody who doesn't know how to deal with their emotions in a mature way. And it's showing up in how you're perceiving this person. So some of you could feel like this person's childishness or childish ways is damaging, you know, whether to them or to you or to both. Some of you want to balance the scales there. You want fairness, you want rightness, you want justice, especially if you feel like injustice has been served to this person or to you in any way. I feel like you're wanting to see that balance, that karmic balance being brought back to your life or this connection here. So let's see how this person is perceiving you, perceiving the connection. And I'm getting the song by Jewel, Who Will Save Your Soul. Who will save your soul when it comes to the better now? That's an old song. Take it or leave it. The King of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the King of Swords. So this is falling in their perception of the connection. It's funny because on your end, you see this person as two pages, and on their end, they see you as two kings or queens, because it is a general reading. So very different perceptions here. I feel like this person may view you as like very confident, very strong, very intelligent, fun to be with, fun to be around, successful. So they see you in a very positive, very positive light. This is so weird. I guess let's get to the heart of this. Why is this? What is going on? What's going on in the emotional space for Cancer? And I also got like, maybe this person feels like you have all of the answers, okay? Or maybe they feel like they do. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. But I definitely got a sense of that. So, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Wands, the Strength card, see, it's interesting to me. I don't know if like somebody fell on hard times here, or this person, and maybe they have a lot of growth to do, because it's funny because in your perception, you can see that, right? And it even may come off childish to you, depending on where you're at vibrationally. But then in your heart of hearts, there is loyalty here. There is past history. There is a certain level of commitment here. There is strength and a desire to be open and generous. So do you feel bad for this person? Ooh, that's a very Cancerian thing, to want to nurture somebody you feel who cannot do it for themselves. Be careful for my empaths, for those of you who have those giving soft hearts. Sometimes as a byproduct of that, you can attract people who want to take advantage of that. It's just a side note. I'm not saying this person, I'm just saying like in general. So let's see what's going on in this person's heart space. Three of Swords. Oh yeah. They're drowning. Oh yeah, Five of Cups. This person, I get it. Okay. They may view you as like their safe space. I feel like they're really going through something here. And I feel you're aware of this, okay, even if you're not in current connection, but a lot of you are in connection with this person, and they are struggling emotionally, maybe feeling overwhelmed, drained, physically exhausted, not sure if they made the right choices in the past. They may be looking to you for the answers, or they may see you as somebody that could help them. And even though you may see this person, don't see them as helpless. Nobody's helpless. So I feel like a servant heart coming forward. Like I will help you. I will be here for you. And that's honorable. That's honorable. And I'm not saying don't. I never tell you do or don't. You do you, boo. But I am saying like, take care of yourself as well, okay? so easy to have good intentions and then get sucked into somebody else's emotions or drama or energy, or you know what I mean, and then lose sight of your own well-being. So be careful, especially for the water signs, especially for you, Cancer. So let's go into most likely outcomes then, which is based on free will, which means you can change it based on how you choose to think and act. Four of Cups, Knight of Swords. I'm going to tell you why I think it's ironic that the Knight of Swords came out, but give me a second. Ugh, gross. Sorry. I hate the I did not like the Seven of Swords in this deck. I don't know why, I just don't like the depiction of the Seven of Swords in this tarot deck. Remember when I was saying, ooh, when I was saying in the spiritual reading about projections, and sometimes we project, you know, how somebody else, what we think somebody else feels based on how we would feel in their situation or in their shoes or whatever. See, the danger with that is we all process emotions slightly different from each other. You know what I mean? Like, yes, the majority may feel and act similarly in similar circumstances, but none of us feel and act exactly the same under any condition. So be careful. Because the Seven of Swords with the Death and Rebirth card is telling me that that may be what's going on. You're projecting too much. Maybe even, I don't want to say, I heard caring too much. And I don't mean that like in a negative way. I mean that in like, the example that I'm getting, and this is not specific to any one of you, but if you resonate, great. This is just an example, so you understand what I'm saying, is like, you could view somebody's situation and see that they're in a really bad spot, a really bad, terrible situation, and feel that empathy for them. And then you could take it too far. You could start even projecting what it's like to be them, and oh my gosh, they must be really struggling and going through it. And then not knowing that if you were to trade shoes with this person may be dealing and coping with it in a completely different way. What you view as like, ooh, misery, this person could feel like is fine for them, or they're used to it, or maybe it's even an improvement from the true misery they were living. You know what I mean? Like, be careful with that. Be careful. That's judgment. We don't think about that as judgment, but it is. To view somebody who maybe has less than you and be like, oh, that poor soul, when maybe that person is perfectly happy with what they have and where they're at. That's the projecting I'm talking about. So that's just an example. Not saying this person is going through it, but maybe. But we often do that when we see other people hit hard times. We try to envision what we would feel, and you can't. You can never know how you would feel until it happens to you, directly to you, right? And then you may discover that it feels completely different than you thought it would. Just saying. Just saying. So anyways, they're really asking you to focus on your well-being, on what is good for you. It is so beautiful that you have such a loving heart. There's the Knight of Swords to me, which is like coming to the rescue. Be careful about coming to the rescue for others. But if you yourself though need to communicate when you're feeling maybe at a low point, that's fine. Just be sure you're not projecting, and be careful who you are communicating with. And two, not everybody has the best intentions or interests for you. Sometimes the Seven of Swords can talk about gossip, right? Like, I definitely have friends in my life that the only time they contact me is when there's something to gossip about. And red flags, red flags. You know what I mean? Like, like I would not talk to them for like months or a year or years. But the minute something goes wrong in my life, there they are. And it seems like, oh, what a great friend. They showed up for me in my time of need, except that they disappear after they get all of the tea. You know what I mean? Leave the frenemies to the side, Cancer. Just saying. So let's see what else. There's so much to unload in this reading. I'm sorry. I started off jabbery, and I guess that's how the whole reading is going to go. Okay, this person's most likely outcome. Yeah, see, because they're... Whew, I'm not saying that they're not going through something. Don't get that twisted. But I am saying their future energy is showing up stable, and yet yours is, well, there's stability here, but there's also disappointment, maybe dissonance. I don't know what that even means, dissonance. I have to look that one up. A scattered, maybe that's the right energy word that I'm looking for. Where when I look at this person's most likely outcome, it's stable, confident, focused on what's in front of them, what matters to them now in the moment, supportive. So, you know, I think that this person is more stable than you think, or than you're giving credit for, or that you're seeing. And maybe it's because of projection. It could also be this person projecting. Remind yourself this could be interchangeable. It's a general reading, but I feel like things are not quite what it seems with this person. I'm not saying that there isn't exhaustion. There is something heavy in the emotional space that they're dealing with, but they are finding ways to cope, finding ways, like they're stronger than you think that they are. So, and they're showing up very strong here. Now, there is something that is going to change or end on your side. And because I'm nosy, we'll see what that is. I almost feel like you're kind of detaching yourself from this person's energy, or a little bit of detachment here, maybe for a brief period of time. I'm literally getting the song, "No More Mr. Nice Guy. No More Mr. That's not from my era. Maybe it's the 80s. What's ending? Mr. Nice Guy or Mrs. Nice Guy. Get one more. Maybe you're seeing like true colors, or you're letting somebody else see your true colors. Yeah, the King of Cups can sometimes be very emotional energy. Could also be manipulative energy, so be careful with that. And don't let your emotions get the best of you either. But again, the Ten of Cups was the last card that came out in your spiritual reading, and here it is at the bottom of the deck here. So I feel like no matter how things seem at the moment, or during the time you watch the reading, there is a positive possible outcome. Of course, all of the outcomes of your life depend on what you're focusing on today. Today creates your tomorrow experience. Better said, whatever you're giving focus to now will create your now experience, your next now experience, and your next and your next and your next. Thought precedes manifestation. So, wow, interesting. Let's leave it there for now. One guidance card then for my Cancers. Card number 36, my imagination attracts all cooperative relationships. The universe and all physical and non-physical players in it is responding to vibrations that you're offering, and no distinction is made between vibrations that you offer as you observe and vibrations that you offer as you imagine. If you will simply imagine your life as you want it to be, All the cooperative components will be summoned. And even more important, all components that are summoned will cooperate. It is law. The experience you have with others is about what you evoke from them. Ooh, wow. Awesome. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there for now, Cancer. Zodiac signs you could be connecting with or have in your own chart. I have Leo, Pisces, Leo again. Leo again. What's I doing? Definitely doing with Leo. But I also have Scorpio here. Wow, lots of Leo. Leo again. Pisces. I've got Libra, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Leo, and Sagittarius again. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind, it is a general reading, so take the parts that resonate, leave the parts that don't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. I do have videos and content over there. Tarot Time with Dana is all linked down below, as well as in the About section. Wishing you the best either way, Cancer. And until next time, my friends, namaste.